We're back in business. Let's get this show on the road, Bazzer. Bludgeon is a huge card, enormous. If I've got Snecko, it's a no-brainer.
It gets you through the elite fights in Act 1, but late game I'd rather have block and scaling options. Sinking all my energy into a single, admittedly powerful blow is rarely useful. This is food for the bonfire spirits.
Says the guy who never clicks on the book event because his mommy told him the church didn't condone it. You've clearly never necroed this bad boy, or you would know it slaps elites until Act 5.
Bludge is C-tier garbage, and Act 5 is a myth perpetuated by our adversaries in the East, the dreaded Slavs.
Hey, fellas, what's all this about scarves?
Jesus Christ, it's Slavs, Joe, the slavers. You know them?
Go easy on him, Donster. He's got a country to run.
I don't need your sympathy, Barack, but damn, it's good to hear your voice. And of course, I know the slavers. We all know them. The little guys make you frail. You knock one down, and there's another two right there, just right there.
That's Gremlin leader, you dingus?
That's what I said. Gremlin slaver, the big guy.
We know you know the game, Joe. Tell us about your run. Donald said you had an inauspicious start on the defect, but I have an abiding faith in your talent with the robot.
It was a big dub for me and for regular people back home. My viewers, hard-working Americans. I had a pretty janky start with a couple of rainbows, and would you know it, not a single compile driver dropped until Act 3. Fortunately, that doesn't matter when you take a speculative meteor strike and high-roll a Snecko off the hovering ghost guy.
Whoop-de-doo sounds like an easy seed. Anyone can win those. It takes real skill, which I have, by the way, real skill, to bring home the hard runs.
Okay, fellas, let's put this behind us and focus on the tier list. I'm proposing we place Bludgeon in C tier. Trump thinks otherwise. What do you say, Joe?
Bludgeon, let me think. Who's that guy? Guy on Twitch, you know, the maths guy.
I know the guy. Pan something?
Panacea, which you should know, Donald. It's a colorless card.
Quit your yakking. You knew who I meant. Anyway, what's your point, Joe?
My point is that guy you were just talking about. He loves Bludgeon, loves it. And my dad said to me growing up that loyalty is very important. Loyalty and card draw. So it's got to be S tier.
Hell yes. Lock it in, Baz. That's 2 against 1.
In the interests of this democratic union we hold so dear, I'll put it in S tier. But let it be known that for the purposes of this conversation, I am and remain a Bludgeon hater.
Crap, we forgot bloodletting.
My mistake. Shall we put it straight in S? Ironclad has access to Shrug It Off and Pommel Strike for common card draw to spend the extra energy, and synergies with Rupture and the aforementioned Blood for Blood. This thing even works through Tungsten Rod, unlike Combust and Brutality.
If I've got a puzzle, I snap-pick this fella faster than you can say Constitution.
I don't know, guys. What about Seeing Red? It costs 0 with Corruption and has Exhaust synergy.
Seeing Red has its spot, I'll give you that, but Bloodletting is the superior card. It's a clean, repeatable source of energy, something we need in this day and age.
Clean? Would you get a load of this guy? He's saying clean as he slowly kills himself. That's rich.
It's cleaner than facing down the Book of Stabbing without enough energy to play both your bash and your impervious. It's like my folks used to say, if you want to bake an omelet, you have to make a few eggs.
Given the disagreement we have, this seems like a clear candidate for A tier.
Agreed.
Fine. Body Slam. This is a card for pussies that prefer to block their way through the game. Stick it in D tier.
How can a card that costs 0 and deals 100 damage be for, as you so eloquently put it, pussies? Personally, I find the Shield Bash concept to be a kinetic and satisfying experience in all its incarnations.
This card is great with the ship wheel and that horned cleat you sometimes find in a chest or off a big-faced guy.
Blah, blah, blah. That's all I'm hearing. Nobody suggests a tier, and I have to sit here listening to this. Seriously?
You raise a fair point, although the manner in which you raised it was characteristically caustic. I have a soft spot for Body Slam. There are times you will find, as you near the end of the game, it's the card you need the most. But I am willing to accept that in most circumstances it is lackluster for a large proportion of the game. Can we compromise on B tier?
Put it in C or I'm walking.
Walking? Chris Walken, funny guy, always dancing around like he's got ants in his damn pants.
Jesus Christ, Joe, that defect run must have broken your brain. I've got to get out of here anyway. I've got a huge food delivery coming in for anime night, and I need to oil my mecha suit.
Okay, see you later, Donald. See you, Joe.
Peace out, brother.
Holy smokes.
What is it now?
Why did we put bludgeon in S tier?